Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is believe part 5 of the 4-liter swap chronicles, and today the engine's coming out and going into the Comanche. So in order to get this motor out, I had to disconnect all the wiring, which I did in part 4, and then now I'm going to try and remove the HVAC box out of there without taking out the engine and finish disconnecting. I gotta disconnect that ground right there, and the transmission. I gotta undo the transmission from the engine, and that should be all of it. And then I'm gonna get the chain, hook it up to the engine, and then pull this bad boy out. You can see this is a full under hood wiring harness. As I was taking it out, I labeled everything just because I want this swap to go as smoothly as possible, and I don't want to have to guess and like be searching for wiring diagrams to figure out which plug goes where. So if I didn't know what it was, I just numbered it to the matching connector. So if I didn't know, I put like unknown number 12, and I just made sure each side of the connector had that same number so I could just put it back. But most of the stuff I knew what it was. There's grounds and things like that. But this is going to make my life a whole lot easier. It took me longer than I wanted to label everything, but honestly, it's going to be a lot easier once I have to put it in the Comanche. Come together, I got the HVAC box installed from the Cherokee into the Comanche. Next up is the fuse panel, the interior wiring, and my buddy right now is working on the motor mounts for the Cherokee, so we can just pop the whole thing out. Dash of the Cherokee, interior is all pulled out. Got the HVAC box out. It's right there. It's gonna be going in the Comanche. All the wiring's pulled. All that's left I gotta take out from the interior of the Cherokee is the steering column, the brake booster, and the rest of the body harness that goes under there to the fuel pump and the tail lights. There's all the wiring for the Cherokee, all labeled and all that good stuff. Now my buddy's here help me pull the engine. And now I'm going to install the HVAC box into the Cherokee, into the Comanche. So here we're getting the last 2 bolts out, and we're getting ready to pull the 4.0 out of the Cherokee. We got our wood lined up so the engine hoist doesn't sink, and we're going to pick it up, roll it back, and then start moving wood around to get it in front of the Comanche. Well, as you guys just saw, the 4-liter is out, and we took it out with the transmission just because it'd be easier to access the bell housing bolts than trying to deal with it in here. Currently I'm taking off the frame horns. My buddy's taking off the bell housing bolts, and then I'm gonna transfer these frame horns into the Comanche, and then hopefully we'll get this transmission off, and then we could throw it in the Comanche as well, just for the time being, so I can figure out and start doing all the other wirings. Are in. I got them bolted up. They pretty much bolt up the passenger sides and the driver side. The frame horns for the 4-liter versus the 2.5 are a little more forward than they would be. I believe the 2.5 ones were about back here where the motor mount would go. The only modification I had to do was right in here. I just had to change I had to put a bolt with a nut here and a single bolt through there. My Comanche had this thing. It's like a strap with 2 bolts. Mine went like this, and I tried to see if I could put it in like this through the bottom. This side here was fine through here, but in here there's like a welded nut insert on the actual frame horn itself, so you can't really thread this in. So you just have to grab I grabbed a single bolt from my parts Cherokee that I have, and it went right in.